Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Dog Sled Saga. It has been so long since we've last visited our little dog sled team, and I know a lot of you have been waiting for me to get another episode up on this one, so thank you all for being so patient, and thank you little doggies. Let's give them their little scratches too, because it's been such a long time since we've been able to do that, and that is one of my favorite parts of this game, just giving them their little head pats. So I believe in the last episode, we were on the search for a lead dog, because we discovered that Dharma was actually not suited to be the lead dog. Even though she's an obedient dog, she actually prefers to be in the middle. She's a natural in the middle, just like Striker, which I thought was kind of interesting. They are very, very similar dogs, and I believe they even worked up a little bit of a friendship too. So maybe in the future we could even think about having puppies with these two. That would be pretty cool. But we need to find a lead dog, because as we continue progressing in this game and getting into the higher level races, we should be able to increase the size of our team as well. So we want to make sure that somebody on our team is suited to take the lead. And unfortunately, I'm starting to think that Buck might not be the one. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to take the lead either. And if that's the case, after we finish a few more races with him and we figure out where his aptitudes lie, if he is not meant for the lead, then what we'll do is let him go so that he can find his own team, a team that he's better suited to, and we'll continue the search for a lead dog. But right now, I think we need to train him. It looks like everyone is good on their fatigue, but we do want to train him up so that he's ready for the next race, because it looks like his skill is actually quite low, and that's a little bit frightening. It seems like this race isn't too bad though. There's only a couple of obstructions. The challenge isn't too bad. I know we had to downgrade back to League 1 because we had too many dogs to pay for League 2. So let's see. It looks like he is idle right now, so what we might want to do is actually switch him out with Dharma, and we'll let Striker run this next race with Bandit and Buck. So let's go ahead and train them and proceed. So let's go ahead and enter. It has been a while since I've played this game, guys, so I hope I'm going to do okay. Let's see, it looks like everyone's in their right position. Bandit is the wheel dog because he's nice and strong, and he is a natural in the wheel. And of course, Striker loves the middle too. So their traits, we had figured out a lot of their traits. We still don't know the special skill that Buck and Bandit have, so hopefully we'll be able to figure that out soon too. It looks like there's actually a 0% chance that we're going to figure out Buck's today, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But Bandits might come up, 50% chance on that. That's not bad at all. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Cross your fingers that we do pretty good. We've been doing very good so far. Lately, we've been coming in first place every single time, so I don't want to mess up that winning streak. But it looked like Bandit may have been the first to start panting, so I'm going to keep an eye on him. Once those little puffs turn bright, we want to send them their treats. And I think we got them just in time. There we go. All perfect tosses. Not bad at all. Now, Bandit was the one who liked to steal food, which is kind of fitting considering that his name is Bandit, so we'll have to keep an eye on that too. Oh no! Oh no, and Striker's being too proud again. That's not good, Striker. Let's give Buck his treat. That might be too late. Okay, just in time. There we go. And there's his fault again. Or no, actually, I didn't feed him, did I? Oh my goodness, guys. I told you, I haven't played this in a long time. So we'll just have to keep a better eye on that. Now, Bandit needs a piece of food, and we have to keep an eye on this tree, because the tree bounces the treats right off of it. So there we go. It has passed now. We can send that off to our dogs. There we go, guys. I'm sorry, Striker. I feel so bad for you. He is definitely going to need a good rest when we get back. We're in 5th place still, but I see we're passing somebody back there. Now we're in 4th, so that's a good sign. Let's see. Buck needs another treat, and it looks like Striker does too. And then we'll keep an eye on Bandit, because he should need one next. There we go. There we go. And we're in 3rd place now. It looks like everyone is kind of in a line right here, so we can kind of scoot ahead. And now it's just one more person that we need to pass. So we need to do extra well. Oh gosh, we're like right at the end too. Buck, take this. Did I get it too far? Well, he didn't catch it, but we still managed to come in first, so that's good. All right, so that was a little bit of a rough one, but we're going to get the hang of it again because we were doing very, very well before, so eventually we'll get the hang of it. Now, Bandit had a little bit of exhaustion on him, some fame points, and it looks like he's actually friends with Striker now, too. A little bit of friends with Buck as well, but he's doing quite well with Striker. So that's good to see. There's some of our oldest dogs, so it's always nice to know. Oh my goodness! Is he actually meant for the lead then? It looked like he leveled up in his lead specialty. Okay, so we'll have to check that out next too. It looks like a couple of our dogs are definitely quite tired though, so we'll give them a nice rest after all of that hard work. And let's go see what it says about Buck now. Let's see, if we go down here, we should be able to find his aptitudes. And there we go. He is a lead natural. All right, so Buck, you are officially our lead dog, it looks like. Oh, that is excellent. So I didn't really think that he was going to be the lead dog that we needed, but I guess he is fit to stay in our little team of dog sled racers. So let's give them their nice little scratches again, make them nice and happy before we move on here. And it looks like our next race is in 3 days, so we'll see if they're ready to race by then. We definitely need to give them a little bit of a break, but we want to train Dharma up so that she can take Striker's place this time, because we don't want her getting too lazy in here, too lazy not working. So let's see, we'll adjust our regimen now. We want to switch these guys out a little bit. We'll have Dharma train while the rest of them are idle, and then that should give them proper time to recover from the previous race. So Bandit just has one little bar of fatigue, but the rest of them definitely need to catch up. So we'll let them rest, we'll proceed with that, and give Dharma a little bit of time to get back in her game here. Get back in the zone, because she is definitely going to need to race. So let's see, they still have 2 bars here. It seems like it takes a little bit more time, actually, for the fatigue to go down when you're giving them just the idle resting icon. So let's see if this works. Actually, we're getting another little journal entry too, so let's see what this is. Raleigh started to tell me about when Aurora was named a true hero. A race was coursed across the frozen Cooper's Lake. He said that there were northern lights again that night. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. So there must be more to that story too, and it looks like, there we go, the resting finally worked. So Striker still has a little bit left on him, as well as Buck. It seems like it takes 2 rests for them to get rid of a little bit of that fatigue when you're just leaving them idle, but we want to make sure that these guys are training. So Bandit can go back in here for the training regimen. We'll let them train, and we'll give these guys a little bit more time to rest. And in fact, we might want to go ahead and skip this one. We'll say not yet to this one, and we'll go ahead and race the next challenge. Oh my goodness, look at that one. That one is so much easier. So that'll be just fine. Now our bills are due in 6 days, and we only have 540 of these little credits to pay, so that's not bad at all. I believe our sponsorship might be helping with that, because I want to keep that special sponsorship on us that gives us a little bit of a discount. So as long as we continue gathering up enough money, we might actually be able to go back in here and hopefully change our league back to League 2, because we'll get better prizes if we're in League 2 anyway, so that's definitely something we're going to look at. But for now, let's go ahead and give them their scratches again, their little scratches behind the ears. There we go, and we'll allow them to rest 1 more day, and then hopefully that'll be enough. It looks like we may have gotten rid of their fatigue. All right, so we need to train up Buck again. Oh my gosh, poor Buck. His skill just plummeted. That is going to be a little bit tricky to manage. But as he continues leveling up his fatigue bar, it should be easier to train him in the future, because it'll take more fatigue for him to get truly tired. We just don't want our dogs ending up with that deep fatigue, which is the red side of the bars. That's why we want to get rid of the light fatigue as soon as possible. But we'll allow Striker, I guess, to sit this one out so that Dharma can get a little bit of extra training on her, and then she'll definitely be able to win this race coming up in 2 days. So let's see, we'll let them train a couple more times here. Seems like they're all doing good, and Buck will be back up a little bit to where he needs to be. And now we can go ahead and race this next race. So hopefully I'll do a little bit better giving these guys their treats. So we want Bandit to be in the wheel, so Dharma can be in the middle, and then Buck can be in the lead. There we go, that should be good. It looks like they're all in their natural places. I saw that this was red right here, and that got me a little bit nervous, but I think that's just because we were training her as the lead before, even though it wasn't her natural place. So let's see, still a 50% chance of seeing Bandit's mysterious skill. Hopefully that will work for us, but let's see, let's go ahead and start. And hopefully we'll do a little bit better. It is darker in this race, and I do enjoy the darker races because it's easier to see when they need their food. So let's see, it seemed like Dharma may have been breathing first, though she may be right in time with Bandit. So we might have to give 2 treats out, and there's that tree again. Oh, that's a terrible spot for the tree. Oh no, I think, yeah, unfortunately that was too long to wait for these guys. But we'll give them their treats now, and hopefully they'll be able to catch up. I'm always afraid to throw the treats when the trees are coming, because of course they bounce right off, and then that's just a wasted treat. That's actually going to become much harder the further we get in the game, because we're going to have access to less treats the further on we go. Right now we're doing fine because there's so many places for us to refill our stocks, But I know there were a couple of the sponsorships that gave us like bigger food bags and whatnot. So as we get to the higher leagues, that's actually something that we're going to have to consider beyond the sponsorships that just give us food. And there's Bandit's skill. All right, and unfortunately I actually missed giving him his food there, but he did unlock his skill. It looked like that made them go very, very fast, so we'll have to see what skill he unlocked after we finish the race. And it looks like we're actually already in second place too, so we only have one more person to find out here so that we can pass them. We haven't had a rival race in a little while either, but there is that last person, and I think we're gonna do it. I think we'll get ahead of him. There we go, just in time. All right. Okay, so 2 first place races for us today. That is not bad at all. And it should bring up our fame points too as we win. Oh, Bandit, you are so tired after that. Oh no, he is so very tired. But it looked like his little report went up with Dharma as well, so they're becoming better friends, I suppose. They're learning how to work together anyway, on the same team, which is always good. Yeah, they are quite tired after that, so they are going to need a very good rest. In fact, what I might do is just allow them to straight up rest. We'll do the caretaking option. And yeah, we can afford to join League 2. I mean, I think that might be something that we really, really consider pretty soon. We do have quite a bit of money, so that might be a good thing. But let's see what the new skill was. Bandit has a skill that I don't recognize. Let's ask Raleigh about it. Bandit has the speed boost skill. Well, that makes sense. I did say he was going pretty fast, huh? When his skill kicks in, he can sprint like a maniac for brief spans of time. Yeah, it was quite short. I thought it was because I just didn't give him food, but maybe that's just how that skill is supposed to work. It certainly helped us though. I mean, that was a pretty close race. So let's see, we just have to let these guys rest for a little while. We'll go ahead and care for our dogs so that they can properly rest, and that should give them some time to get their fatigues down. There we go, so Dharma is back with no fatigue. Buck still has one little bit of fatigue left, and we really need to train Striker again because look at that, he's already back in the green bar. Alright, so we might want to swap this around a little bit. We'll allow Dharma and Striker to actually train together, I think. Even though they're typically not on the same team because they both want to be in the middle, we will allow them both to train so that they can at least keep their skills up. And we want to change this over to training. We don't want them to rest again because that would not help us out very much. We don't want any of our dogs to become lazy. That is the main concern. So I think we just need a couple more days of that. It looks like we have another sponsorship coming up in a couple days too, right before the next race. So let's go ahead and train them again. And yeah, one more day for that sponsorship, and our bills are coming up very soon too. In fact, what I might do is wait for us to pay our next round of bills before we go to the next league, because I know that it's going to be much more expensive just based on the last time we did this. And yeah, there's another one of those food bags. So I don't think I can actually bring this in because it seems like our current sponsorship, which gives us some funding, takes up all of these spots because it's such a good sponsorship, I guess, giving us 10% off of our monthly expenses. So I can't actually add these sponsorships on top of this. It seems like there's really no way for me to do that, but that's okay, honestly, because I would rather have the 10% off right now over the food bag. We don't really need the food bag at this point in the game. But yeah, like I said, later on, I feel like that's going to be a little bit more of a problem for us when it gets harder for us to have these restocks. Like, we have excessive restocks right now, so I don't think we have a problem. Nothing to worry about just yet. But let's see, Buck is okay now, so we can plop Buck in the training regimen. There we go, and as soon as Bandit is done resting, then we can plop him in there as well. And it looks like we have another journal entry, okay. Raleigh told me more about Aurora's fateful race. Cooper's Lake was meant to be frozen solid at the time. Not one, but 3 teams fell through to the freezing water in different places. Raleigh said it happened very fast. Oh, I wonder if Aurora saved them. That would make sense, huh? That made her a hero in this town. That would be pretty cool. And it looks like Bandit is done now, so we can properly swap him out with Dharma. And then Dharma can take a little bit of a rest so that the rest of the dogs can race the next race. And I believe that's just in one day too, so I'm not sure how much training this is actually going to be for you, Bandit, but that should be good. There we go. Alright, so our next race. Let's see, we want Bandit to be in the wheel. They seem to have swapped these guys around again, so let's put Bandit in the wheel, let's put Buck in the lead, and then Striker, of course, is our middle dog, as always, so they're all in their natural places, and we know all of their different traits now, too. That's really cool. It looks like Buck has the same one as Bandit, in fact. Alright, so that little speed boost, that is definitely going to help us out. Okay, so let's start this race, and let's see how we do. It's a little bit dark again, which of course I do like. So let's see, which one is going to start panting first? I think it was the Buck. Buck is panting now. We'll wait for his little breaths to light up for us so we can send him a treat. There we go. So let's send that off to him. Oh no, the tree again. I'm going to send them off. There we go. And then we managed to sneak them all in before that tree. That always worries me that we're going to waste our food, but it wasn't too bad. And oh no, Striker, don't be too proud. He is always too proud, even more so than Dharma, I feel. She didn't really seem to be bothered as much as Striker is. So it looks like everyone is doing okay. We're still in 5th place though, so we kind of need to pick up the pace. Hopefully our dogs will give us that nice big speed boost pretty soon to help us out. And I think you guys said if we time it correctly so that we give the treats to both the front and the back dog at the same time, we should get a little bit of a boost in fame. And we know that Striker loves fame. That was like his favorite thing, I believe. So if we could possibly work it out so that our dogs can get a little bit of a boost in fame, then I'm sure he would be very, very pleased. I think the other thing that gave us fame was when we sent treats to the dogs while they were jumping over the rocks. That seemed to really get the crowd excited, as well as beating our rival, but we still haven't seen that rival out here yet, so maybe it'll be a little bit longer before we can do another rival race. I think I got that to a Striker just in time, too. He looked like he was going to get very, very tired. It looks like a Buck is probably going to need one very soon, and there's that last person way up there that we need to pass, and I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it. There we go. It wasn't as close of a race that time either. It was still pretty close, but I was quite confident that we were going to be able to get into first on that one, so there we go. There we go, another race that we've managed to win. Not bad at all, and I think it's all thanks to the fact that we have dogs in their right aptitudes. We've managed to find a lead dog, a middle dog, 2 middle dogs in fact, and a wheel dog. And they're all getting to like Buck too, so that's good to see. They're all slowly but surely learning how to work with him on the team, and that should help us just in general if they're all working together. So there we go, yet another race done, and it seems like there is a little bit of fatigue that we're going to need to take care of. But our bills come up in 4 days, and then I think we are officially going to attempt to change leagues again. I feel like that might be a good idea. Let's see. So if we were in League 2, then we would need to spend a total of about 1,500 of these little credits to continue racing in League 2, which isn't that bad. But I believe there was a fee just to race in the qualifying race, which is why I want to pay our bills first, and then we'll do the race, and then we'll spend the rest of that month just collecting enough money to continue on in League 2. I think that would be a little bit of a safer way to do it than how I did it previously, where we just jumped straight into League 2, and we didn't realize that we didn't have enough time to actually collect enough money to continue racing in that league. But I think that's what we'll go ahead and do in the next video. So thank you all so much for watching today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!